Hello, welcome to the well. Maria from Bloom, Angela from Grounded Dreamers. So let's go ahead and pause, take a deep breath in, and just anchor wherever you are in this moment. Opening up to the reading that comes through today for the week of April 24th. All right.
Okay, so we are going to start this off. We're right in the Mercury retrograde period, and we talked about that last week. So it's a time for sort of not a lot of action, but planning, plotting, deciding, clearing, pausing, making sure we're ready to go forward when the time is right, when it feels right. And the first card I pulled here is Song of the Wild. And this is that forward movement. This is that expansion that a lot of us, sort of lean toward while we're in these moments of repose. And the vibe here is, get out of your comfort zone, maybe even travel, try new ways, try new things. And for the purposes of this reading, it's just really almost imagining forward what we're going to create, right? We don't have to take any action in this moment. But first, we pulled this card, Smudging Ceremony, and this is indicating a deep detox, a cleansing, mind, body, spirit, and your surroundings, making sure, clean out your clutter, meditate more often, drink a lot of water, eat a really nice, healthy diet, move your body, get out the energy, do, 10 minutes of shaking if you need to, just a cleansing, clear, get ready for what is to come, get ready for that expansion. And after some of these practices that you're doing with, even just spring cleaning and clearing the clutter is, you know how you feel after you clean. It feels like, like you have a reset, right? And that's the purpose here, is an energetic reset to move forward,
for clarity,
to clear, and then to prepare for your creativity to take over, which is the next card, expanding your inner power. I am most powerful when my creativity is given a voice, when my creativity is activated. So now you get to, move toward that thing. This could be creating a tangible project. It could be a new relationship, or a new version of an old relationship that you're co-creating. A new version of you, a new outlook. Say there was, you have the kind of a automatic sort of judgment in your mind going on, like whenever you see anyone or anything, you decide for yourself what that is, instead of staying open, right,
or just accepting,
or being accepting, which leads to my next card, is Curiosity. So being able to stay open and receptive, and instead of deciding, labeling what a circumstance is or what a person's statement means, stay open and curious. Find out what's the intent behind that statement they made, what in their life occurred to bring them to that viewpoint. Stay curious and open, and allow for the flow of everyone around you. That will also increase your own flow if you keep that open mind. And then I got Possibilities, and that is, talk about expanded view, right? That's that eagle that gets to see the entire picture, that gets to see all the possible outcomes, all the possible paths. And remember, from our vantage point of this sort of Merc retrograde, not closed off energy, but just resting and pausing and planning kind of a vibe, you get to really expand and in your imagination, think forward into where you want to go next. And then along the way, I love that, because with the Curiosity card, and with that staying open to other people's viewpoints, or open to other ways of being, I pulled Individuality as a reminder that all the suggestions and all the opinions in the world can live with you also being rooted in what's right for you. It's a matter of not sort of railing against those other opinions or viewpoints, or even the past way that you used to do things. You know, that's what this period is for, is to sort of cement what is right for me now in this moment, and how do I want to proceed. So that individuality, just reminding yourself to listen to your voice first, as long as it's not that criticizing, self-judging voice, but listen to your own voice first from your aligned space, and then take in account, you know, using the curiosity and the receptiveness, take in account other possible ways of seeing it or doing it. When you begin to question, like, oh, I don't know, am I, like, I've plotted out this whole big plan, I really know where I want to take my life in the next phase and what direction I want to go in, but I don't know if I can, I don't know if I can achieve it. Am I enough? And this is your reminder that you're stronger than you know. Your willingness to move with your own energy and to move with what feels right for you in this moment and in the next moment, right? That is, you're sort of amassing your power in that way. Instead of thinking ahead 7 steps and thinking, oh, I have to get there somewhere, I have to fill in that gap. It's more, yeah, I kind of want to end up there, but where am I now? And where can I proceed from here?
Right.
And yeah, breaking it down in those smaller increments helps us to manage the energy more and stay aligned in the process. And then the last card in this spread I got is adventure. So here you are, off into the new, off into the unknown.
I love that card.
I do too. It's just, I know what's ahead of me. I know the feeling of what's ahead of me, right? It's that rainbow light, it's that beautiful space, and I will go toward it. And along the way, make little decisions to change direction when I need to. But yeah, the eagerness of going forward is the energy of that card.
And also that childlike innocence, that childlike wonder and curiosity.
Love
you
it.
know, if we can keep bringing that to our lives and to what's possible for our lives, right? We can expand into that space that curiosity allows for.
Because you think about, like, with a child, they're not thinking through all the limitations of, you know, they're just feeling it and spontaneously going, let's try this. Right? And then mom says, no, if you try that, it's dangerous, and this could happen and that could happen. But the kid's like, what do you mean?
Right.
In this moment, it feels like fun, right? It feels right. So yeah, holding that spirit is important.
Beautiful. Let's be with the reading. Take a deep breath and just tune into your inner realm and find that place within you. You are stronger than you know. Find that place of knowing your true power. Access that place of knowing and become that strength. And just feel into what possibilities that allows for. And then bring curiosity to those possibilities. And then take a moment to see or feel into what might be getting in the way. And bring that energy of clearing to whatever that may be, to whatever may be getting in the way. Bring that energy of clearing, take a deep breath. And as you exhale, clear those blocks. And let's go into the second half of the reading.
Okay, I love how you're talking about clearing, and then our opening card in this spread is clutter.
Oh yeah, that mind clutter.
So this is the
worst kind.
Yeah. What if I can't? What if I won't? What if they don't like it? You know, I have too many things to do. There's all that clutter in your mind is really blocking your energy. And yeah, our minds function as, you know, to organize, to determine and decide things. And it's a wonderful tool, but you know, you can't like I'm trying to think of a tool, I don't know, a drill that's rusted, it's not going to work, right? Like, I don't do tools. So, but you know, if you have a rusted drill, right, how's that going to work? So you've got to clean it, you've got to cleanse it, you've got to clear it and start again. So that's a reminder that, but what we talked about earlier in the session was that this isn't like a deal breaker to have a cluttered mind. It's part of the path, right?
Right.
We get our energy moving and we're thinking about all the things and then we realize, okay, there's too much mental energy here. And then it's your opportunity to do a clearing meditation or go do a workout or go out in nature and find a way to clear some of that energy so that you can realign and set forth again. But it's not like a failure, right? If you have a cluttered mind, it's part of the human experience. One response to that is one of our favorite cards, moment to moment. Stay, you know, like we said, energetically with your feet right under you, like be right here now. And then know you'll if you're here and clear, oh boy, I'm doing a poem. If you're here and clear, you'll know when the next step needs to be taken. You'll realize, you know, when it's time, and you can move organically with that. And that's part of the flow, going with that flow. You know, trying to challenge it or, you know, swim upstream isn't going to get you there, right? It's going to exert a lot of energy, but it's not going to get you there. So relax into the energy that's here and move at the pace and the, you know, whatever distance you can go that's natural, right? And then I got choices. I love this because along the way, even if you are going with the flow, you could decide to flow right. And oh boy, that turned into just this whole other thing that I wasn't really expecting. I was expecting to go here and have it be done with, but now I'm in a quagmire here. So make another choice, right? Then you make another choice to flow left.
Yeah, because you could choose to go a harder route, right? But you can choose, why would you choose that? If you could choose to go with the flow and be an ease, and, you know, why would you choose to make it more difficult than it needs to be?
And sometimes we don't think in those terms. We think I have to, because I have to get through that to get there. But no, you can go around it. You know, you can stop and clear and meditate for a minute. But the choices we make, and another thing to remember is every choice you make isn't final. Like there's another choice on the horizon waiting for you to be made. And all of this is, you know, being reminded to utilize your free will, right? Your choices determine your path, but even in the choices that end up with this quagmire or whatever, that's your free will in action. You chose that, you encountered it, you can find a way to grow from it in all instances. So yeah, don't beat yourself up over the choices or you end up back here, right? So then you start the path again, remember the moment, move in the flow, all that.
Yeah.
And then along the way, you come up with some real shattering, you know, realizations or obstacles or conflicts where things have to kind of be released. And that's also not a failure, right? It's part of the path. It's part of your learning experience. It's part of your growth. So, you know, I was saying earlier how this whole spread could be like a circular thing because it really is the journey, right? Too much mental energy. Let me clear it. Let me move with the energy. Oh boy, I made this choice. Oh, maybe I need to reroute. You know, it's all part of it. And it's all part of your growth and learning. And then I love how the final card, because our final card in the last spread was that adventure card. And this time we get the Fool. So it's the same vibe, right? It's starting fresh, getting ready to go toward that thing that, you know, like with the Fool, he doesn't really care that there's not a path. He's just going because the energy is drawing him in that direction.
He's trusting.
Yeah. You get to create again. You get to create again and then make new choices. So I love that there's like a forgiving energy to what we call mistakes or missteps or, you know, failure. or whatever. There's a
Right.
forgiving energy to that in this reading, because those concepts are really just self-imposed by our mind. So
Yeah. And I mean, I was just thinking about too how learning through experiential learning is the way of being. It is ontological, right? In that sense, like we make the discoveries through the experience, and we think and we reason and we imagine and we set our intentions, and all of that is amazing and so important. But ultimately, we really only know once we're in the experience. And then we know, okay, does this fit? Is it right? Does it feel right? Is it really, what I thought it was going to be? And maybe it is and maybe it isn't. But we only really truly know through experience. And that's one of the things I love so much about psychodrama, actually, is that it allows for an experiential way of being with whatever it is that one's trying to work through or imagine. You literally become it, and then you experience it. So it's so powerful in that sense. So anyway, just thinking about that.
definitely important. Yeah, you got to
Yeah, the
try.
experiential.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If we're
yeah.
not trying it out, then we're not, what are we doing? We're staying rooted and not
Well,
experiencing.
yeah, and in that mind machine, right? It's what gets us out of that mind machine that is in that card that came up in the reading today. So which
Card is
card was that
crazy.
again?
This one,
Yeah, mind. It was the mind, right? The mind
mind.
machine.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. Look how miserable that. Look at the
Mm-hmm.
mouth on this person. It's like, ah.
I know.
And there's
Oh.
like, these are all like chimneys
Mm-hmm.
coming out. Yeah, that are on
Yeah,
fire.
totally. Yeah.
Like all the smoke coming out. It's like too much going on there.
Mm,
But we all do
yeah,
it. We
we
all get there.
do.
And that's where that forgiveness comes in. Like we all,
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
one is above or beyond any of these human experiences, really,
I mean,
unless you're
that's just it.
not
This is
in
the
physical
human
form anymore.
yeah, it's the human experience we're in. That's
Yeah.
that's the experience that we're here learning through. I love it. All right, well, let's just take a moment to pause and invite everybody to be with the reading, and just take a moment to see what you see for yourself in this. What's your adventure that's calling you? Step into that adventure and feel into the experience of that, and see what you discover in that experience. And then, based on that, set your intention for this week. And have a beautiful week.